revive the ATU radio. I think we can also add the audio aspect to it.
Okay.
And
Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other, and that is from John Kennedy. Today on the Bright Show, we shine our spotlight on a young man whose story is as versatile as his skills. From headmaster to engineer, teacher to cadet instructor, our guest is an inspiring civil servant in making, with a vision to give documentation and student correspondence the respect they deserve at ATU. We have in our seat no other than Bright Kofi Heletsi, an engineering student currently serving as the president of the Civil Engineering Department and the face of TUSAG. He is here to share his vision as he contests for the position of the SRC General Secretary. You're watching the award-winning student TV personality talk show, The Bright Show, right here on ATU TV, which is proudly powered by Accra Technical University, sponsored by LZ custom-made tote bag. It says carry style, carry you. And then also we have KV Bakery. It says every bite count. Hello, Bright.
hi,
You're welcome to the Right Show.
thank you.
I'm so happy to see you here.
I'm also happy to
It's
be
a pleasure to have you here today.
here. The pleasure is all mine.
How are you doing? How's the day going?
I'm great. Just having some sleepless days ahead because of the big celebration.
Okay.
We have to also try and then help our department with the big celebration.
I thought maybe it's the campaign that is stressing you.
Oh no, the campaign is going on so well. I'm even glad to meet a lot of people in while campaign. I met a lot of great and amazing people on campus. So the campaign is
All right. So how has your journey at ATU been like so far?
okay. So it was everything I expected to know. I'm an adventurous type, so I like to enter into a lot of things.
A lot of things.
So when I came, I realized there are other opportunities for me to learn, not just with academics, but with other activities.
Activities on campus.
But when coming, I was advised that this is the only opportunity that you get to mingle with great people in future, because everyone here will be turning somewhat great in future. So
Exactly.
I have to make sure I work with them.
Exactly. So not only the great, you're not here only for great, but here to connect with people.
Yes.
All right. So you completed Impresso SHS in
Yes.
2018,
In Price
right?
Senior High School.
Senior high school. Yeah. And shortly after that, you became a teacher.
Yes. So I actually had a lot of passion for teaching.
Okay.
And then I was able to mingle with children. I like being around children. I realized children have a lot, but it's really not really focused there. So I really like around children. They have a lot of information that they share with the grown-ups also. Yes.
Wow. And you became a PTA secretary.
Yes, so
Right.
I was in another school at that time. Then you know how our country is, because of some petty allowances that I wasn't getting. But I was doing the work, so another school called for me to come and then help them out. So when I got there, within a year, I was appointed as the PTA secretary.
Wow. And then also you became headmaster of a school. Can you walk us through that?
Yes, so I was in the new school around 2018, 2019. And then because of how I was able to engage with the students, bring out good policies, I was asked to train for like 3 months. But as at that time, it was getting to 2021 because I was already serving as the PTA secretary. So even though I was a teacher, I was improving the lives of the students. We don't just learn, we added the practicals, we go each learn to try and then get the student to understand what they do. And then through that, after the headmaster left, I was asked to just take over. So I was just acting as a headmaster. And because of that 3 month that I went through, I was able to do the administrative work as well.
So that 3 months was a training, 3 month training,
Yes.
serving as an administrator.
Yes. So
Right.
it's more like since the space was open and then you have no knowledge, and I don't have that qualification to be the headmaster, but I still have to do the administrative work.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a training. It was just we go for this NCA training.
Okay.
And it was for headmasters. So when I go there, I also learn. They teach us how to do administrative work, how to draft policies, how to send them, and then where to get help if we need them.
Wow. So you were appointed to be the headmaster after
the acting
headmaster.
And it lasted for about 6 months before the
okay. Now when people see you, they really won't believe what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I get that a lot.
It's kind of I mean it's
their body doesn't match their qualifications.
So don't mind the cover, but then mind what he has for us. So you also gave out that you are a painter,
yes,
electrician,
yes,
you do a lot.
So I'm more like the meta AI now. It learns as it goes. So if I'm in an environment and then certain things exist that I don't know, I really like to get some skills and add it to my skills. Even though I may be focused on one particular skill, I believe that getting other skills also improve me as a person. If I go to a place and I only have one skill, then I wouldn't get anything else. So
Exactly. So there is a popular saying. It says that jack of all trades, master of none. You have described yourself as a painter, electrician, footballer, teacher, and a cadet instructor. Right. So would you say you have mastered all of these trades?
Okay, I wouldn't say I've mastered them. Just like I'm improving them.
Okay.
Because I haven't gotten to the level where I can be a master. I just learned as an apprentice, so I still haven't mastered any of them, but it's a skill, so anywhere I go I'm able to use them.
Wow, so you have skills here, skills here. So anywhere they put you, you fit.
Yes.
Awesome, that's good. So do you believe someone can be a true master of many trades?
You can be a master of some, but others won't suit you. Yes.
So is it good for you to focus on one particular trade?
No, you have to work with all of them. But if you want to be a master of one, you spend more time with one, but without leaving the others. You still have to, at least one or the other, work with others so that you get an improvement from there. Because sometimes these skills, they interlock. If you are a mason, and then you have worked on the building with everything, you are already done. You have done your plastering and you have to paint.
I have to paint.
Because you have the painting skills, you can still call a painter, but you can give the painter some ideas because you already have the skills. And then you can also learn from that painter. You don't just try and then use all your abilities to work.
Wow, this is awesome. All right, so among all your skills and experiences, which one do you believe best prepared you for this SRC General Secretary position?
Oh, that would be when I became the president of the civil department.
Okay.
Actually, I had this, I don't know how to put it, I had this passion for helping. So if anybody who knew me for some time realized that anywhere there's work, I am there.
Anywhere there's work, you are there.
Yes.
Wow.
So it got to a time I realized the way I'm doing it for my civil students, why don't I extend it? Because we find new ways of solving our problems. And being a president, as an appointed president, so we do more like secretary job. You come, you see a problem, you draft them, you send them, you do the follow-up. Sometimes you even do recommendations so that you get the solutions faster. So I was like, oh, why don't I? Because initially I wanted to go for the GNUT.
Okay.
But when I was the president, I realized the best platform that I can use to address the concern of the students was the General Secretary. Yes.
Okay, but why did you intend to go for GNUT?
So for the GNUT, you see, it's the technical schools, and you are the ambassador.
Okay, yeah.
So since the technical school, we have a lot of vocational works going on, we have tech going on. So we wanted to actually gather all of them together, get facilities that if you want to train, if you want to practice what you are learning,
Mm-hmm.
we realized there were spaces in Ghana that could be given to the technical schools to even use us. So that was where the angle of the vision was.
Okay.
But then
Okay.
I realized, why don't I help them here? If I can, why don't I help them here?
Wow, this is so great. He said, if you can, why don't you help?
Yes.
Wow. All right, so what does the role of the General Secretary mean to you, and what is your core vision for it?
So the portfolio General Secretary means a lot to me, because a General Secretary is the one who manages the executives. They may be a president, the PRO, the
Vice,
the
and
vice,
the rest.
but the person who keeps all these people in check, who keeps all these people working, who makes sure all these their programs, their policies are working, is the General Secretary. If the General Secretary delays for even a minute, then there is problem. The General Secretary will be someone who should foresee, someone who knows that, oh, this program is coming, we may need this place, these people are going through this problem, or there's this extension coming, but if we extend to this particular length, this is the problem that we may face. So at least give them an awareness that there may be an extension, but this extension will cause this kind of problem, so that the students are aware that, oh, okay, this is what is coming. So if it comes, they already know.
Wow. All right, so according to the Constitution of the SRC, Article 13 emphasizes accurate documentation and correspondence.
Yes.
Right. So how will you ensure records and minutes are properly maintained and shared?
So I was actually thinking about streaming meetings, especially the GA meetings. See, with our GA, we realize students don't mostly get to know what the SRC is all about.
And some students don't even attend.
Yes, so it's more like they are there and then someone will come and tell them the SRC is going to do this. And know when news travel from one person to the other, by the time it gets to somebody else, the context of the story have changed. So we are going to stream it, at least have a video record, an audio record, and a written one as well. So that if I write and I'm wrong, or I'm forgetting something, I can just go back to the video, watch how everything unfolded, and the students also know how their departmental executives are representing them out there.
That's so great. That's so great. You have a great vision for ATU. All right. So how do you plan to bridge communication gap between SRC and student body and management as well?
Okay. So with the student and the SRC, it's as simple as a platform.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we were initially, they brought a lot of policies like the suggestion box. But I asked myself, how many students will take the time to write? Because most of us are always using phones. So why don't we send that channel to a platform where if you have a problem, you text it there. If somebody have a solution, they give it to you. But if there is no solution and it's a management problem, then as the General Secretary, I take that problem, draft it very nicely, ask questions from the students, from the RCM platform. Then we add it as a recommendation. Then we submit it to management, and then do the necessary follow-up. Because you can't just send a letter and then be waiting for feedback without the follow-up.
So talking about this platform, what kind of platform are you talking about? So
it can be Telegram, WhatsApp, or even a website. That students
will go there and then
post their problems, and then we will respond. Just as the LMS, if you just send your, if you encounter any problem and you send it, someone is there to respond. We have a lot of students learning PR, computer science. So if we bring all of them together, I think this thing can be a success.
But it's just like the suggestion box whereby students will write, because day in, day out, you made mention of students, they don't like writing.
It's not like they don't like writing. It's more like the suggestion box are there, but it's not enough. And if we are to put a lot of suggestion box on campus, the whole campus will look
But how many suggestion boards do we have on campus? Because I've only seen one, which is closer to the complex.
Yes, that's the only one that I know of. And then an old one, I think this around the electrical block. It's an old suggestion box.
Old suggestion box.
Yes, so that's the only one that I know. And like I was saying, you can't have suggestion box everywhere. It's you like the whole school will be looking.
But don't you think it will be helpful when we have the suggestion box around the school, and then there are people educating students on the suggestion box that if you have a problem, you can just write it and put it in?
Yeah, so like I said, with the suggestion box, it's not like it's a bad policy. It's a good one. But we are looking at a more dynamic way, a place that we are all, like the generation is entry. We are already in the digital world. So if you're already in the digital world, why don't we use that platform? Because I doubt if I should go and then take a lot of letters, piled up, like hundreds of letters, but I have other places or other letters to attend to. Then those suggestions are in, but it takes time for me to work on all of those things, and then it will be easier for the student to get the response. Because if you ask something and I have the response, I'll just give it to you. And if it's a general one, we just do a communicate and then we post it out there.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. So I was just thinking, so with the suggestion box, how does, assuming I have a problem, I just write it on paper and then put it in the box. How do I get a response?
That was the angle that we are looking at. That the response, see, you may write. I don't know, should I write it? Should I give you the response and come to your class and present it to you? Unless it's a general problem. But for the online one, you post. Sometimes we, the students, we have the solutions. So once you post something, somebody have a solution, they just come in and then quickly give you the response. Or if the SRC, any of the SRC executives at that time are there and they have the solution, they give it to you. And this also keeps them in check. At least if something is going wrong, student can just come in and then alert them that, oh, you did something this way, and then if we did it this way, it could have helped.
Oh, I think this policy that you are bringing is very good. It's like you've actually improved on the suggestion box, whereby students can get feedback instantly. Wow, this is so good. So students often feel out of the loop. And how will you improve access to SRC documents and decisions?
So, like I was saying initially, we are trying to stream GA meeting, because that's where most of the information comes in. And we could have done it in the written form, but I doubt that one will go as far as the video. With the video, at least you know what's going on. And we all trying to can all chip in to come and stream it. At least you can't learn something on ATU campus and then wait till you are doing an internship before you
have to start working with it.
We have students out there doing amazing jobs on the internet. Why don't we give them those platforms for them to stream? And we won't be the first SRC to stream. We have a tech streaming. Yeah, so it's very like
it's common. It's common. So you talking about bringing back or reviving the ATU radio? How are you going to do that?
So I'm not actually saying.
You said we. Yes, so your administration or.
So I don't know what they have in mind, but it's an advocacy, and since I'm the General Secretary, I can advocate for it. I can actually chip in that idea that we have a radio, even though some misfortune happened and then we lost it. We can still revive it so that students from the PR can also at least try. There are students from engineering who are even interested in, you yourself, you are one of them, who are even interested in polishing their skills in the media. Because right now the media
is the one trendy. Is the top. Yeah, so if you want to give any information, you have to pass to the media.
Yes.
Because we've gone beyond the way of writing information and then sharing. Yeah. So if there is confusion over SRC decisions, how will you handle clarification and accountability? Sorry.
Okay. So for one, I'm very tolerant. I believe everybody has a point. From where they stand, they know what they see. So we allow the person to at least elaborate on what he see, chip in my idea. At least we try to bring something out that is wholesome. There are two sides of a coin, and then most of the time they mostly look different.
Exactly.
But without them, it's not a coin. So I think if there is misunderstanding, we all settle down. We try and then listen to each person's ideas, what they have. You know, every person have where their visions and then their aspirations. So they bring it in, they explain, and if we can add certain things, we do that.
Wow, this is so good. All right, so will you digitize notices? Okay, I think you made mention of something like that, and agendas or minutes for student accessibility. If yes, then how?
So with, like I was saying, with the written one, I can write and then ask the PRO, or with the permission of the president, we post it out there. But the question was, how many students will get the time to read? To be just a few. And as of now, we are trying to increase the involvement of students. We are trying to bring the student to know what the SRC does. So that's why we are going the video. Every person watch video. So when we go the video, we go the audio, we at least these things, if they get a few time, can just pass through and then watch.
Exactly. Wow. All right. So what strategy will you use to ensure students feel heard and informed, especially regarding promises made by executives?
Yes. So with the platform that we were trying to create, like you ask, we do. So with the you ask, we do, the SRC.
So it's called you ask, we do agenda or policy.
Yes.
Right.
So you ask, we do.
Wow.
It's not yet accepted for it to be a policy yet, but it's part of the vision. So when SRC comes in, they bring their policies, they bring their promises. You see, sometimes you get there to actually get to know what you can do. So it's like a resource. You get there to know the resource available, what you can do. So with that, we can address the students to let them know that these are the resources available. And this is what we can do at the moment.
Okay.
So that if there's a policy that we can tackle, the students will have a say. The current SRC, we're trying to do something like that, whereby they allow students to vote on certain policies, whether it's a PA system, a learning center, and then, so we are not going to let that policy die. We are going to add it to what we are also bringing, so that students, like the policies of the SRC, be known to students, and students have a say whether this policy is right at a particular time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Kofi. All right. So we're going to go for a quick break, and when we bounce back, we'll go into 5 round questions. Yeah, just to test his knowledge, to know whether he knows more about his school and the SRC. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back from that break. Okay, Kofi, I think we have to start this 5 round question. Just to test you and to know whether you know more about SRC and the school. Okay, so what is the full name of the current SRC Secretary?
Honorable Julius Obo Fifi, or Honorable Fifi Julius Obo.
Is he correct?
I'm correct.
Oh yeah, I'm correct. All right, so how many standing committees fall under the executive committee? How many standing committees?
That's 8.
Are you sure?
Yeah, from the constitution, 8.
And my research I did, the constitution saying 6.
6.
Yeah.
So because as at now, I think we have a special aid now, and then some portfolios being opened for appointment.
But yes, still is 6. Or
maybe it haven't been reviewed. But
okay.
as I've been following the current SRC, so as at now I know it's 8.
Okay. All right. So mention one role the secretary plays on any academic board committee. One role.
So that he interprets or he represents the student body.
Okay.
In the academic committee.
Okay. All right. So what document must be signed after every executive meeting? After every executive meeting, what document must be signed?
Like the minute.
The minute.
Yes.
I don't get you. Can you explain to us the minutes you're talking about?
So after every executive meeting, we take minutes.
Okay.
Because after the minutes, the president has to sign to make sure that everything in the minutes is.
So that particular moment or that particular signing is called minute.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like in the form of a report. So
in the form of a report.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, what is one thing? This is the last question for the fire round question, and it's like you've answered most of them. And this shows that you are very good. All right. So, what is one thing you would change about how the SRC secretary role is currently handled?
Okay. For one, I wouldn't change anything, but I would improve it. Because I believe the SRC secretary is doing a really good job.
Okay.
He's everywhere, any day. So we wouldn't change it, but we'll just improve it. And we're not going to limit the role to just one person. With the secretary side, is the main and then the deputy. Okay. We're not going to do it like that. We are going to work together. Whereby if there is a place that the general secretary can't be at that particular moment, the deputy can go and represent.
Exactly.
So that we have the response so quickly and then we work smoothly as well.
All right. So the current SRC secretary is from engineering.
Yes.
Right. And you're also from engineering.
Yes.
And is there anything that you've learned from him?
Well, I've actually learned a lot.
So can you tell us?
I think during his time as the TUSAC secretary, I learned a lot from him. He was so selfless. We didn't the venues that we had to use were not available at a particular time. And the way, even though he was doing an agenda, going around trying to get people to vote for him as secretary, he made sure all the venues were on time, on point. He will go every lane to make sure that the engineering
election
faculty was
well arranged.
Oh, he did so well.
He did so well. All right. So, what is one thing that he is doing for the current SRC that you've seen or heard that you think is a good thing?
So that is being available all the time.
His availability.
He's available. Just the recent GA, even though the deputy should be the clerk and the deputy was absent, he took that mantle and then he became the clerk there, showing how skillful he is in everything.
All right. So on campus we have a lot of agenda groups.
Yes.
Right. We have the engineering agenda. You are from engineering agenda. So let me ask 1 or 2 questions about. So what is the engineering agenda about?
So engineering agenda is where students from the engineering faculty comes together to support our engineering candidates. So with our engineering aspirants, we actually do some screening. We don't just come and then we push them. We do screening, we do background check, whether they are fit to do they are fit to represent the portfolios that they chose. So through that, we realize that if we all rally behind them, they're also going to help the engineering and then the SRC as well.
Wow. And it's like anytime, any administration, you find 2 or more students from engineering department.
Yes.
Wow. So last 2 years, the president, I've forgotten his name, I think he was from civil. Right. Last 3 years from civil.
Okay, for that I don't really
know. Yes. And the last year's own, the vice president was from engineering.
Yes. So we started from mechanical. That was His Excellency JMC. And then
Okay, yeah, mechanical, and I said civil,
yes,
sorry.
yes, so, and then we came to His Excellency Aurelius. That was the vice. So His Excellency JMC was he was the president.
Okay.
And then Aurelius became the vice in the subsequent years. And then the following year,
it changed.
changed.
Everything's swapped. Med lab and procurement.
Yes, so they're also doing so well. So right now, engineering is coming.
And engineering is coming. So do you believe engineering? I mean, someone from engineering can get that position.
Oh,
because right now the current SRC secretary is coming back.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And do you believe he can win?
Oh, he can win with the kind of work he's doing. I believe him, and then I believe every other aspirant coming. I believe they all have the capabilities. They all have the vision to work. Like none of them is coming to just slack. But the students won't allow them to do it. So everybody has the potential. Everybody, but for Julius, I've seen his work. So I believe he can also work, and any other person can also do the same.
Wow. All right. So anytime I interview aspirants on my show, I always listen to some student what they have for the aspirant. So this is from anonymous student, which I'm not going to mention his name. Now, he or she said that how will you ensure students are informed without relying on WhatsApp alone? Okay, so you made mention of your policy.
Yes.
So apart from your policy, is there any other way of helping students get information?
Being a civil president, I also do engage. I engage with the students. If an information comes and then we post it, we still do the follow-up, go to their classrooms, let them know what's coming. And then we speak to them. Sometimes have to go to classroom and do some conflict resolution with the class reps and the students. So I think we are going to implement that as well. And if I say we, not just the SRC executives, we have students around who can equally support this agenda that we're going on.
Okay. All right. So another question from one student says that how do you plan to involve students? Because sometimes the SRC will be there and then they will plan and then they'll bring out the results. It's like they don't involve students.
Yes.
And the students keep complaining that why don't the SRC involve the students? So how do you plan to involve students in decision making?
So this current administration actually, like I was saying, they had poll system where students can go and then choose the policy they want. So they were
that is on WhatsApp platform.
Yeah, that's on WhatsApp platform.
Yeah.
So in the case where we need students to work like on a normal day physically, we just have to put the communicate out there that we need this student on board. That's certain qualification. So if it's an outreach or going around class to class to speak with students, you know the kind of student that do that, or the kind of student who specialize in that. So we can just call upon them. Can even go to the department and request their assistance.
Okay, so right, your final words.
So my final words is, I doubt I have all the skills to be a secretary, but just like the Meta AI, we learn as we go, and with the current skills that I have, I can work to the satisfaction of students, and then with the students, by the students, and then together we can make SRC great again.
With the student, by the students, together we can make SRC greater again. Bright here says he is Meta AI. So Meta AI, that keeps on learning. So from chalkboards to construction site, from the classroom to the corridors of student power, Bright Kofi Heletsi is proof. It's a proof that leadership isn't about title, but a journey. The question now is, will you give him the chance to write history as your next General Secretary, SRC General Secretary? Let me know in the comment section. All right, thank you for tuning in to the Bright Show. SRC Election Series. My name is Bright Kofi. Catch you again same time next week. The Bright Show is proudly powered by Accra Technical University and also sponsored by LZ custom made tooth bag. It says carry style, carry you, and also KV Bakery. It says every bite counts. Catch you same time next week. See you. Bye.